Hey, Steve Domenico here in the Room podcast with NEF Amateur Flyweight Champion Glory the Fury Watson, talking to me today about her big fight on September 7th for NEF again, only dropping to strawweight for this first fight in that class. Glory, welcome to the show, and thanks for giving us some time. How you doing?
Yes, of course. Glad to be here.
Before we get started, we had summer winded down. Have you been training all summer, or have you got a chance to enjoy a little bit at all?
Really, I do enjoy training, so that's kind of it. But I train 3 times a day, every single day, so it's hard to go out and enjoy things. But I had one event where I was able to do things, but I couldn't eat anything that I wanted, so...
Excellent. In the summertime, do you have training sessions outside? Does that help you in your training because you can get out there and kind of train on the road during summertime?
Actually, my last camp we did some hill sprints outside, but this midpoint in the summer is a little bit too hot, so we kept pretty much everything inside. Excellent.
Well, you're coming off that huge fight, winning the amateur title for NEF, the flyweight title. But now we're dropping down to strawweight. Let's talk about this because you fought from all the way to 140 pounds earlier in your career, which isn't a long career. It's basically, a year and a half or so, right? Your career. So dropping dropping 140 pounds. Now we, in the strawweight division. Let's talk about the progression down and what brought you to where you're saying is probably going to be your home for now at 115 pounds.
Yeah, so my first fight against Chelsea Tucker, we fought at Catch 130. That was my first cut, my first everything. I was still just very, very green in the sport. Still am.
Yeah.
But, so that was probably my hardest cut. I cut the least, but it was the hardest one because it was my first one. Then my next fight was when I fought Megan Rosado at 140. That was pretty brutal. She was very strong.
Yeah.
And a lot bigger than I was. And then everything since then has been 125, and every cut has gotten easier. Cutting 2-3 pounds was almost nothing, so I didn't feel drained or anything. But there's times especially my last fight with Kari Hill, that she has me pressed up against the cage, and from the camera angle you can't see me at all because I'm so much smaller than she is. So we're hoping that 115 we can find girls that are going to be a little bit closer to my size, and it'll be helpful because I train with bigger people, so going from a larger person to a smaller person will be a lot of fun.
Excellent. And you say you train with bigger people. You've been fighting bigger people your whole career, so this is very intriguing. It's very nice because you're going to be comfortable in there. And what do you walk around at anyway?
So I actually started this cut a lot heavier than I wanted to. I started at 138, but I'm pretty comfortable around between 130 and 135.
So you weren't cutting much weight to get, absolutely no weight to get to 140, and not much weight to, get to them catch weights 130. Your biggest cut was your 125. I don't know, how many fights did you have at the flyweight level?
3.
Oh, okay, so you were comfortable there. So the progression is great. How's the body feeling at 115? Like you said, you're only a few pounds off. We're a week away. So how's it feeling compared to the past training camps and where you are at this point?
Yeah, all in all, I feel pretty good. My strength still feels pretty good. My energy has been pretty high with what's been going on, I guess. But I started a new work schedule, and that's kind of been throwing me for a loop. Whoa.
You're good. Did the dog knock it off?
No, it vibrated. Someone messaged me about getting
these damn ticket people and stuff. It's hard the last week, isn't it?
I hate it. I try to get everyone to be like, just pay for your tickets before, please, yeah. So I can do nothing in the last week.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone likes it.
Yeah, they're buzzing you during your interview. It's I get it all the time too. So, all right, so go ahead. So, where we were?
I lost my train.
Yeah, I did too. So.
Okay. Starting a new work routine and everything. I open the gym now on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I'm here at 5 o'clock every morning. And then I train all day, and then I don't go home until around 8:30. I might be able to pop home for a quick nap, but other than that, I'm at the gym all day.
Excellent.
So it's been brutal on my body, and someone was talking to me, and they mentioned that, you demand a lot of your body, and I never really thought about it that way, but I definitely do.
Well, it shows your grueling fights in the cage, so you know you train hard in the camp, especially fighting, you know, bigger women in there your whole career. As far as coming off that last fight, how did things change as far as because you're always progression as an amateur, you won the title. What things kind of changed in your training camp getting ready for this? Because that was a 5-round grueling fight. You're back to a 3-round fight here. What has changed, and has anything in your mind changed since actually going 5-0 your first fights, winning the title, and now dropping down and testing yourself there?
And the camp has stayed pretty much the same, because I'm not the only fighter fighting. We started with 7 fights, we've dropped down to 4, just different various reasons for fights dropping. And so we basically, our training revolves around the highest level we have fighting. So we had pros, so we'll do 5-minute rounds. If they're not here, we'll do 6 3-minute rounds, because actually I think we do 6 5-minute rounds for Jimmy Jackson, because he has the title fight against Tagliarullo.
Big fight. Big fight.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a big fight. I'll have to talk to both of them guys, get their take on, we still got time left, but I don't want to get them too far into, when they're cutting weight stuff. They're angry and stuff at that point.
Yeah, I'm starting to get
I caught you right at the right time. Good. So training camp's been great. How was, winning the title, does that change kind of your mind? Like, here, talking to some of the amateur fighters out there have won titles, they're saying it's not so much the title itself, it was getting the opponents and the quality fights in there while you were going for the title and have the title. Not that you're defending the title right now, don't know if that's in the future, but do you feel that, having the title gives you the opportunity to have your name and get the better quality opponents trying to get the work against you?
We've actually been pushing really, really hard for high-quality opponents, and a lot of people have been refusing or just won't answer. The girl I'm fighting, Lynn, actually stepped up, and she reached out about the fight, so we were very, very lucky because we were really struggling to find fights. And I think she is similar to I am, because she has a losing record. She's 0-1, and I'm 5-0. And looking at it on paper, it doesn't look very good. Mm-hmm. It's like, why would a 5-0 fighter fight an 0-1 fighter? And I think that both of us want to stay active in the sport, and I think that's why we're both doing this.
Yes.
But something that I think people don't really think about is it takes 2 people to say yes to a fight. Mm-hmm. So it's really big, but we are super grateful that she decided to take the fight. And we know there were some issues with her possibly not being able to make it out, and we tried our best to accommodate that to make sure she was able to come out.
Excellent. And like you said, it's a struggle, especially for women in the New England area MMA fights. I've seen so many amateur women, as yourself, have to go out of New England, basically pay their self traveling expenses, coaches to go fight somewhere else. Which is, really terrible on an amateur. So kudos for her. Who we're talking about is, she's coming out of Canada, Lynn McMillan. And the funny thing about this, and the intriguing thing about this is, her first fight, she's from Canada, the first fight was at atomweight, 105 pounds. So she's coming up to strawweight. You're dropping down. And the funny thing is, you're actually, it's intriguing for MMA fans in New England, because we're going to see you get to work against a fighter that's maybe a little smaller than you, but could be a little quicker than you. So it's very intriguing. What are you thinking about kind of this matchup and her coming into NEF to fight you there?
So we actually don't know much about her at all. I know I think she's a white belt in jiu-jitsu, and that's really all I know. She's a fitness instructor at her gym. I know we're friends on Facebook, and I like to see her posting pictures of her meals and stuff like that, but we don't really know a lot about her. I don't know her style. Which I think can be beneficial, because it's going to be playing off whatever she gives me. I'm not going to go in there being like, this is my game plan. It's going to be more, I have to do this because she did this. So hopefully that'll push and accelerate me a little bit further in the sport.
Excellent. Is that how you approach all your past fights? Did you train for a specific fighter, watch film, and then go in there? Or is it kind of, like you said, you go in there and it's kind of implementing your own game, and they have to kind of adapt to what you're doing in there?
It's more so trying to play off what they're doing. I don't watch much footage at all. That's all on Coach. He does, basically he'll watch my footage and see what I did wrong and try to, like, counter Coach, I guess, and how to fix those things and how to capitalize, how my opponent would capitalize so I can fight against that.
Excellent.
But I don't really watch any footage.
Good. Trusting your coaches, they're bringing you along. Looks like they're doing a great job. Let's talk a little bit about them as far as training, because you're always adding. I want to know who's been giving you the work. You're out of Young's MMA, but there's more to it than that. Let's talk about your camp and who's been getting you ready for this fight.
So we had a solid group of girls for quite a long time that were active. We had Katie Denning and BJ Garceau. Jada Bailey was fighting. Angela Young was fighting. Kira Innocenti fought. So we had a really solid group of girls. And it's kind of faded away a little bit from that. We still, all of them will pop in occasionally and train. But our core group of girls is myself, a woman who she is a fitness instructor at Titan Athletics, and she comes over and trains, Amy McCrae, and then another girl who just graduated and took her test to be a nurse practitioner, Brooke Sheridan. So that's really our majority of our female team that trains in the morning. And then we have general members that will come in and a couple fighters that come in the evenings. But that's been my women's team.
Yeah.
And both of them have at least 20 pounds on me, especially right now. So it's
going to get
people that are bigger.
It's going to get worse in the next 3 days. I mean, training's winding down. Are you done with? Is it kind of? Did you have your last heavy sparring session, or you still got some of that to go this weekend?
My last hard sparring was last Saturday.
Oh, cool.
I'll have at least 2 more sessions today, and then I will end up with a session on Saturday, and then we do Monday, Tuesday sessions the week of the fight, just to kind of keep moving and everything, but everything's a little bit lighter and starting to taper down.
Excellent. Get that body, toned down a little bit so it can rev right back up in a week. How do you feel about getting back into, like I spoke about, a lot of women in here in New England MMA, they have to go out of New England. How do you feel about being back at NEF? Actually in a different place fighting. Is that to your advantage? Is it closer to home, farther than home? How's this event looking for you with the crowd and support?
It's really close to home. Actually, my sister is at the University of Maine. My sister is the head cheerleading coach over there.
Oh my God!
Attends there, so it's really close to home.
You're gonna have pom-poms and everything in there on Saturday night, going crazy in there. That's pretty good. How's that make you feel?
I love it. I really do. But I have a super amazing fan base. A lot of it is my family. Because I fought, all of my fights have been for the NEF except for one. I fought for Ammo in Massachusetts.
Yep.
And fighting for Ammo, I still pulled 40 people with me.
Yeah.
Because it's a 5-hour drive from home. And a lot of it was my family and my teammates and people that I'm really close with. And that, it means a lot to have that solid base with me, even going that far away from home, because I know it's a pain. Excellent.
Yeah, and speaking about, a lot of you fighters, the young fighters up north, deeper up north, are kind of migrating this way because, promotions in kind of the Mass, the Providence area, starting to take notice of how hard you guys are fighting, how well you're doing up there. So they're actually coming and capturing you and having you come down here to fight some people, because you spoke about Mass and taking that crowd and support with you. We've had some fighters around your area come in the last couple cards, and they've had the support, and they've had a quarter of that crowd supporting them. So you guys are bringing it no matter where you are, man. So, or lady, sorry. But, it's great to see, and it's great to see the support, because you kids are working hard. You're the new generation of fighters. You're getting, your own sponsors, your own support. You're on social media doing all that great stuff. So, Glory, before I let you go, any last words about this fight, what you're looking to do, and your future from, win or lose from this fight on the 7th?
Future pushing forward, if we were looking to go pro, we'd like to have at least one more fight, hopefully another 115, possibly a title, who knows. But again, it's super hard to find females that are willing to fight. If we reach out to anyone, and if anyone is willing to take the fight, pretty much we don't say no. Because experience is experience as an amateur, and that's what we're here for. But looking to go pro in the near future, and hopefully make it to one of the big shows someday.
Well, we need more women to make it to the big show. We need some of our, young pros here, young pro women to get on the Contender Series next year. So we're rooting for you, Glory. We need you to get out there. We need you to get pro. Not too fast. We know your coaches and your team's gonna, tell you when it's right and when you're ready. But when you're ready, we're definitely supporting you and looking forward to the future. Last thing, I know you're selling tickets. I know we still got a week to go. Shout out social media and how we get in touch and all that good stuff.
So I'm super bad at this. Facebook is Glory Watson MMA, and I think that's my Instagram handle too. It's just Glory Watson MMA. But I don't run my social media. I'm terrible at it. Kira Innocenti still does all of it. But that's it. And then all of my sponsors, it's 1,000,001. I can't list them all. There's some really, really big ones. Feed Me Fit 207, though, has been super duper helpful. They've been really accommodating. They do my meal prep for me. I have my tattoo guy. Love him. He has done all of my tattoos. You
get any done between the title fight and recently?
I haven't. I need to.
Oh, you do. All right.
I know.
All right. So go ahead. Sorry to put you on the spot there. All right. So go ahead. Couple more, and we'll let you get out of here.
Yep. So, gosh, brain cramping.
Just got it all.
I know. Wow.
We're good. You can tag them on this interview. They all get it. They know you.
That's the way to do it.
What's that?
I can't recall anything. I have the worst memory.
Yeah, just have your social media guru there. Just tag them all on the interview. They'll get it, and they'll get the shine. And you're always supporting them on your social media, your business page. You're always giving them shout outs, so everyone's going to know who's helping you along your road there. So Glory Watson, the Fury, 5-0, NEF Amateur Lightweight Champ, dropping down to strawweight, 115 pounds. September 7th for NEF again. Glory, thank you so much for coming on, and we'll be checking you out and seeing how fast as lightning you are on the 7th next Saturday night.
Thank you very much, Steve.
All right, you take care.
You too.